Hi and welcome back. Today I want to create some mixed media tags using my Gelli prints, and here is the one I've already made, and I will share how I did this. It's pretty easy. It's a really quick project, something you can do when you have some ready to go backgrounds laying around and not so much time to create. Here I'm searching just for some matching colors for the background papers where I can cut a vase from later in the project. I cut tags with a die. It's one from Stamplorations. It's sitting in the US, so I often get asked where I have these dies from for these tags. I will write the name in the video description. And now I'm just adding a bit more interest to the background of each of the tags, and I'm using that star stamp from the Grungy Stuff stamp set. I picked not black ink for that. I picked an ink that matches the colors of the tag. I'm not done with background stamping. I will also use that grid stamp to create even more interest. Here I just missed to clean that stamp before because there was still some black ink on it, and now it turns out a bit more violet and dark. Finally, I'm using that ticket stamp. It's from the same set as the grid stamp. I will now cut the oasis for my tags, and I just draw them in a, I would say, wonky shape to the back side of a Gelli print. I really like the contrast it has against the background. As always, you will find a blog post linked up in the video description where you can have a look at the close-up images. And also on my channel you will find a lot of Gelli printing videos. The prints I've used today were made in the previous Gelli printing video, and I will link this up in the top right corner info box. And the one I've made here for this vase, this was a clip I shared in my Instagram reels. I often share some quick how-to clips there, so maybe you like to come over to my Instagram page and check those out. There is also a link in the video description. I'm adding some stamping to the vases using that Mix the Sentiment stamp, and I just ink it up and lay the vase on top. I want to make the vases pop up more from the background, so I decided to ink up the edges in black, and I just used the Memento dye ink for that because it doesn't dry immediately, and so I have some time to blend the ink from the edge into the vase. I have already stamped the flowers I want to use today, and I've stamped them to watercolor paper, and I will just quickly color them in with the Tombow dual brush pens. I also picked colors that are matching the background. I like to use similar colors for my main images that are already on my project because I think then it looks more cohesive. If you use completely different colors or only complementaries, it looks a bit separated from each other, so I always recommend mixing a complementary color and adding a touch of the other color that you have on the background also to your main image. I also pulled out my watercolors because I don't have many different Tombow markers and I needed a green. The other flower I'm using is already colored in. I believe I used just watercolors for that one. And now I will just arrange the elements to the tag and stick them down with a wet glue. No, sorry, I think I didn't use a wet glue. I used the glue stick. This is the one from Tombow. It's my favorite glue stick ever because you can leave it open and then the top layer dries out, but you can remove it and then it's ready to go again. And every other glue stick I had just completely dried out and I had to throw them away, and I tend to leave my glue sticks open. It's also a nice one because you can remove it for about a minute or so if you just made a mistake. I put something on top of the flower to keep it down. Of course, you can use the same technique with your jelly prints for a greeting card, or you can also make yourself a little art journal with your prints and then create beautiful pages inside. And this is what I love about the ready-to-go backgrounds. You don't need much time, but you have something to create, and you can just do something quick, creative in the evening just to relax. And sometimes it's not possible to start a really big project. By the way, the flowers I'm using are from my Doodle Flowers stamp set. And here are my almost finished tags. I add some details or kind of a bottom to each of the tags using a water-soluble black pencil. This is the one from Faber-Castell. It's from their Magnus series and it's a jumbo pencil and I really like it. To finish them up, I just added some white splatters. Yes, and these are my finished tags. I hope you all like them and I hope you enjoyed this video and maybe you are inspired to create something on your own.